Online surveys, a mode of data collection. So what is a survey? A survey is defined as a research method used for collecting data from a predefined group of respondents to gain information and insights on various topics of interest. Surveys have a variety of purposes and can be carried out in many ways depending on the methodology chosen and the objectives to be achieved. In this video, I will be showing you how to create a survey using Google Forms. First off, you must be logged into your Google account. After that, click the icon bar and scroll down to Forms. Once you click Forms, it will take you to the screen. You can either choose an existing template or you can create your own blank form. Once you create your form, you will be prompted to insert a title. For the sake of this video, I will call my survey Demographics. Afterwards, you can insert a small description based on your survey. For my first question, I will state, what is your gender? After stating your question, you can state the options. So for option 1, I inserted male. For option 2, I inserted female. And for option 3, I put other. After you write your question, you can also change the way you record data. You can make your question into a short answer. You can also make it into a larger form, into paragraph form. You can create checkboxes, which allow the surveyor to click more than one option. You can also choose a drop down. Additionally, there's also linear scale, multiple choice grid, and a checkbox grid available for your survey. When you're ready to add a question, click the plus sign in the menus bar. Here you will be prompted to type in your question and options again. If you wish to delete the question, go to the bottom and click the trash can. Additionally, the menus bar allows you to add descriptions, videos, and even insert pictures to your survey. The Responses tab at the top next to the Question tab is where you can view the responses that people submit. After you finalize your response questions, it's time to share your survey with others. In the top right corner, click the Send button. After you click the Send button, you can email it to people, you can copy and paste the link, or you can even embed your survey into a website. So you may be wondering, why conduct a survey? Surveys actually have several advantages. The main 4 advantages are the ease of data collection, the increase in response rate, the flexibility of design, and ease and accessibility. Online surveys are convenient for the respondent. They can take the survey wherever they want, whenever they want, however they want. However, there are 3 main disadvantages of a survey. These are absence of an interviewer, inability to reach select populations, and the possibility of bias. Oftentimes, in an online survey, people forget the population of people that don't have technology. For an instance, the elderly without technology will not be a part of your survey sample. Additionally, several forms of bias exist in online surveys depending on the way a question is phrased and the population that answers the question. So how to create an effective survey? Your survey should have a clear objective and focus solely on that objective. Focus surveys generate high response rates and allow for more efficient analysis on the back end. Broad and general questions should be during the beginning, and more narrow and focused questions should be near the end. Additionally, keep your survey length manageable. It should take no more than 20 minutes to complete. When creating your survey, keep these tips in mind. Only ask one question at a time. Compound questions and attributes lead to uncertainty in analysis. Don't use leading or biased questions. Example, how much do you love this idea? By asking this question, you're making the respondent feel as if they're supposed to like the idea. Additionally, beware of using grids. They typically don't show well on mobile and smartphones. Make sure your response list is exhaustive, that everyone can identify with the response. If you ask what is your favorite color and only give 2 options, this is a bad survey as there's more than 2 colors. Additionally, make sure your response list is mutually exclusive so respondents can easily select one response. When creating your questions in a survey, try to make them categorical, ordinal, interval, or ratio. Categorical questions are unordered labels like colors or brand names. Ordinals are Likert scales like strongly disagree to strongly agree. Intervals are ranges such as 0 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30. Ratio questions are numbers like inches of rain, for example 1, 2, 3, and 4. In order to create an effective survey, it is important to know types of survey bias. There's 3 main biases that can occur in the survey: undercoverage bias, non-response bias, and voluntary response bias. Undercoverage bias occurs when some members of the population are inadequately represented in the sample. Non-response occurs when individuals chosen for the sample are unwilling or unable to participate in the survey. Lastly, voluntary response bias occurs when sample members are self-selected volunteers, as in voluntary samples. In order to reduce survey bias, you can take 2 precautions. 1. Avoid judgment or convenient sampling. 2. Ensure that the target population is properly defined and that the sample frame matches it as much as possible. In other terms, if your sample size is a high school classroom, your results and findings can only be applied to other high school classrooms. If you were to take these findings and apply them to elementary school, your analysis would be inadequate. After you gather your responses, it is sometimes good to create a table or a graph of your data. The picture on the bottom demonstrates how important it is when selecting your responses. The graph on the left shows age groups that increase in increments of 9. Comparatively, the data on the right jumps from 0 to 40 to 50 to 59 to 60 to 69 and then over 70. This is not a good representation as there's huge variability within each group. In conclusion, most surveys are sent to a small subset of a larger population. Keep this in mind when making general statements about the population. Additionally, gather enough responses for appropriate conclusion. Lastly, remember that the best designed survey in the world is useless if its results are not communicated effectively to its intended audience. Thank you.